Arnold! That's my Arnold impression. Hello, welcome to Lopez Power Lopez review of True Lies. Now, out of request, I watched this movie. My friend Benjamin Snyder requested it to me. I've actually not seen this movie, so this is kind of a first impressions. This came out in 1994. Stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tia Carrere, all of them. Not all, I don't know why I said that, but anyway. It's James Cameron's last action movie before he made Titanic and Avatar. Now, I love James Cameron. I love Terminator. I love Aliens. Although I haven't seen Aliens in a while, but I remember really liking it. I love Terminator 2. One of my all-time favorite movies. And this movie's really good, but after that, Titanic I'm not the biggest fan of. I love the last part where the ship is sinking, like the action scenes. I'm not saying that because I'm a dude, but like the rest of the movie is just kind of, it's just kind of, 3 hours of on a boat looking at Leo's face. So I'm not really a big fan of Titanic. Not a terrible movie. It's just not my type of movie. And then there's Avatar, which I like the technology aspect of the movie, how it looks, but it's probably my least favorite James Cameron movie. I think it's just a little too political. It's a story we've seen so many times. Oh well, man is just evil and his rednecks just attacking the forest, and the little, natives gotta fight back because it's their home, and the greedy white man. I've seen that, you see that story at least 5 times a year, where, not 5 times a year, once every 5 years. So I'm not really a big fan of Avatar or Titanic. But anyway, you're not here. I'll maybe do a video of those in the future. But anyway, True Lies, I like quite a bit. It feels like old school James Cameron, which I'm a big fan of. I'm not sure it's my favorite James Cameron movie. It's the first time I've seen it, but it's quite a fun movie. It really is. The middle part gets a little raunchy, but other than that, I think it's a very well done action movie. Pretty fun. It's kind of a comedy action movie. It's about Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a secret spy. He does all these missions, and his family, doesn't know he's a secret spy. Of course, it has the cliche that everyone was doing in the 80s and 90s, of the father not being there for his family, and putting his work before his family. You've seen it in Hook, and this was just a cliche. And it's, I don't hate the cliche, but anyway, it's that cliche. But he's a spy, so he has to save the world sometimes, before going to important stuff like his birthday party with his family, and so on and so forth. And his wife, is enthralled with this one person who is pretending to be. She doesn't know that her husband, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is a spy, but she's enthralled with this one guy who's pretending to be him. And he doesn't know. He doesn't know he's pretending to be her husband. It's a pretty big coincidence, but anyway, it's a fun movie. And then at the end, him and his wife and his daughter team up with him to save New York, because this guy wants to blow it up with nukes. It's a fun 90s action movie, that's what it is. It's got some really good action. It's kind of it's just a fun popcorn movie. It reminds me of something like not The Fugitive, The Rock, something like that, where it's just, fun action. And a little bit of Terminator 2. This movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger is pretty good in this movie. He just always gives these looks with his eyes that are just so funny and intimidating at the same time. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis is really funny in this movie too. She's kind of, the innocent woman thrown in the mix of. She's like the soccer mom that's thrown in the mix of all this, action. But ends up saving her husband at the end. So it's it's a fun movie. I really like it. Of course, I would say it's what's interesting about this movie. Is it's it's very doesn't feel it does feel like James Cameron at times, but at the same time it doesn't. It kind of feels like early Michael Bay. Michael Bay when he was decent. I don't like anything Michael Bay did after Pearl Harbor is garbage. Well, The Island was okay, but like The Rock and Con Air and Armageddon, those really cool '90s action movies. This is what testosterone explosions action movie. This is kind of what it feels like. I think maybe Michael Bay was kind of this came out first. Michael Bay was kind of copying that, and Michael Bay with The Rock and Con Air and Armageddon those are the only three movies of his. I know he didn't direct Con Air, but he produced it. That I like of his because they feel like good fun action, not just CGI flying all over the place. Real tactile action. Again, like Terminator 2, the action is real. There is a couple scenes of CGI, but it's mostly practical, so it makes the action more fun and engaging. Um, it's got some clever moments where he's trying to hide from his family and stuff like that. And how another cliche, which I think is done well in this movie, is the daughter being kidnapped, but the daughter ends up saving her father or mother, and it's done really well in this movie. I mean, I can't imagine what she was thinking. She didn't know her parents were spies, so I can't imagine what she was thinking when she got captured by a nuclear terrorist. um, it's a good movie. I'm not sure if I would call it a classic. I'm not sure if I just call it a fun action movie. That's what I call it. It's a good movie. It'll probably grow on me because I'm like a sucker for early '90s Arnold and '80s Arnold. Especially early '90s Arnold. That's like the classical period of Arnold's career, um, movie career. But anyway, it will grow on me, I think. But as of now, I think it's a good movie. I don't think it's James Cameron his best movies. I think it is a good movie. I like it far better than Titanic and Avatar. I'm not a big fan of those movies. I'm assuming I've never seen Piranha 2, but I'm assuming it's better than that. It's a really good movie. If you love fun '90s action, this is right up your alley. Um, and at the end, she becomes a spy, and he becomes good with his family again. Like in the beginning, he didn't really have a good relationship with his daughter. So at the end, as him and his daughter had an arc. So it was nice to see that. Um, so yeah, it's a fun movie. It's interesting because this movie I think does kind of deserve a sequel. I think it might be a little too late now because maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, if they do True Lies 2, James Cameron has to come back and do it. Which I doubt because he's probably more enthralled with Avatar because it's more of his political vision. Oh god, I can't stand Avatar. But anyway, it's a fun movie, and it does deserve a sequel. I was doing some research on the movie, and apparently they were going to do a sequel in the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, but James Cameron canned it because of 9/11. He thought it'd be inappropriate to do a movie about terrorism after 9/11, which gets me thinking, why? I mean, you could do other spies do other stuff, you they can bust drug dealers. I don't know. But anyway, he didn't want to do it for that reason. And ever since then, it's just kind of been put in the vault of True Lies 2. Um, so I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll ever see True Lies 2. I wish Arnold and James Cameron can reunite again. That would be cool. I want to see James Cameron do a fun action movie like this again. I prefer that over his Avatar stuff. Like, we haven't, this is probably his last fun action movie. Terminator 2 is a amazing, like I said, great action movie. I want him to reunite with Arnold to do a 90s-esque action movie again. I think that would be really cool. Um, but yeah, I give this movie about a 3 out of 4, maybe 2.5, 2 and 3/4 out of 4 stars. About a 70%. I'd give it about maybe a 6.5, 7 out of 10 stars. I give it about 7 out of 10 stars. And a thumbs up. I give it about a B minus. It's a fun movie. It's it's a little raunchy in the middle, but other than that, it's really good. So I do recommend it. So yeah, see you in my next review. Take care. God bless. See you next review. I already said that. That's a terrible Arnold, but anyway. Bye bye.